So I came across this video of an Asian girl with type 4 hair trying to start her hair herself. When I saw this video, my initial reaction was, wow, this is so cute, this is so nice. Seeing a young girl trying to start her hair by herself. Because I found the video very cute, very nice, I tried to check the comment section to see what people were saying about the video. And when I tell you that the comment section was in a mess, the comment section was in a mess. Not because the video was bad, not because the video was wrong, but because people started blaming her parents. The video was so innocent, seeing a young girl trying to handle her hair herself, but the comments were so aggressive and judgmental. People were not just attacking her hair, they were also attacking her parents. There was nothing wrong with the video. The problem was the reaction. That made me understood how slow a lot of people reasoning are when I saw the comments. Some people accused the girl's parents of neglecting her, but I watched that video multiple times and I could not see any atom of neglect, because from the video you watched, the girl was trying to put her hair in a very simple hairstyle, two-space puff, but she was struggling because obviously she's still young, but she was struggling to put her hair in that space puff. And her mother was standing close to her. Her mother realized that she was struggling to put her hair in a space puff. And what did the mother do? The mother drew her close and helped her put her hair in a space puff. Please, is that neglect? Is that neglect in any way? Because I don't understand how people are drawing meaning into a very simple, cute video like that. And also, people were calling the girl a cursed child because she had type 4 hair. Because she had fussy hair. So therefore, they were telling the mother to straighten her hair, that she's not supposed to have kinky hair or type 4 hair because she's an Asian girl, obviously. So they told the parents to straighten the hair, that straightening her hair equates good parenting. And it got me wondering, since when did straightening of hair became a proof of good parenting? People said a lot of aggressive and judgmental comments towards this young girl and her parents, but only one video actually stood out to me, and I'm going to put that comment on the screen so you can read for yourself what the comment was about. That comment was spot on, was just spot on. So the people leaving these aggressive and judgmental comments are actually forgetting one thing, that we live in a diverse world. There's so much diversity, right? The world is not just one race, one texture kind of world we live in. We have different texture, right? As a result, people from different races get married to each other. It's just like a Nigerian man getting married to a white person, or a white person getting married to a Nigerian person, right? We see these things on a daily. Not necessarily a Nigerian person, it could be any other person from a black country. It could be South Africa, Cameroon, a white person getting married to such a black person. What are you expecting when you decide to procreate? Are you expecting a full black kid? No. Are you expecting a full white kid? No. Obviously, they would have biracial children because these are two different people from different races coming together as a couple. And obviously, when they decide to procreate, they will definitely have biracial children, which obviously leads me to the next point, that hair is genetics. And because this black person and this white person have decided to give birth to children, they would have biracial children, which means that their child could end up having either of their hairs, either a white hair or a black hair, because obviously they are not of the same race, or they could end up having mixed texture of hair. Hair is genetics. Nobody actually came to this world and chose their hair type. Nobody actually came to this world and chose their hair texture. Everybody came out and saw the hair texture that they had. Some people saw that they had straight hair. Like I saw myself with kinky hair. I mean, I didn't choose my hair texture. So nobody actually chose their hair texture. But if a black person and a white person eventually get married and they give birth to children, they will definitely have biracial children. And those biracial children can either have kinky hair or straight hair or even mixed. That is what it simply means. That is genetics playing its own part. And seeing something that you're not used to doesn't make it wrong in any way. I know that a lot of people think kinky hair is for black people, which is actually very true, and silky and straight hair is for white people, which is actually very true. But when people from different races decide to come together and get married and procreate, they will definitely have different texture of hair. That is how it is. That is how genetic works. So because you're used to seeing white people with straight hair, you're used to seeing black people with type 4 hair, doesn't mean seeing someone like a white person with type 4 hair makes it wrong or bad in any way. This is just genetics or different race coming together, giving birth to children. And the fact that a lot of people in the comment section was telling the girl's parents to straighten the girl's hair got me so angry, because why is straightening of hair always the first option? Why? Is there no other thing you can tell the girl's parents to do regarding their daughter's hair? Why is straightening of hair the first option? Straightening of hair is not hair education. Straightening hair doesn't teach maintenance or how to care for the health of our hair. Instead, it teaches her to conform to another standard. Natural hair requires learning. And from the video that I watched, which I found very cute about that video, is seeing her trying to handle her hair at a young age. And that is how it's supposed to be. That's how it's meant to be. Seeing children handling or caring for their hair from a very young age. A lot of people learned how to care for their hair very late. Why? Because their parents had little to no knowledge about hair care. So when they grew older, they had to put in that effort to learn about their hair. If that their parents had basic hair care knowledge about natural hair or type 4 hair, they will not be learning how to care for their hair that late. But because they were not taught how to care for their hair, they had to learn how to handle their hair by themselves. And when it comes to natural hair, I do say one thing, that natural hair has to do with a lot of trial and error, which is very normal, because obviously when you're trying to grow your hair, you're trying to keep your hair very healthy, you will make a lot of mistakes. And along the way, when you learn that you're making mistakes, you make changes, you implement the correct thing and change the thing that is not working. That is how natural hair is. A lot of trial and error will definitely take place, and that is very normal. And now, to couples who have biracial children, it is their responsibility to actually teach their kids or their children how to care for their hair. So basically, when they know that they would end up having children, they need to start making research, start learning how to care for their child's hair. Because when they give birth to their children, they don't know what texture of hair their children would have. Probably they would have silky hair, or they would have kinky hair, or they might even actually have both. So it's their responsibility to actually make research on how to care for this type of hair and teach their children. That way, it will be a lot easier for their children to know how to handle their hair texture when they grow older, because their parents already taught them how to take care of their hair. Their parents don't necessarily need to know a lot about hair care, but simple basic hair care, such as how to detangle their hair, how to comb their hair, how to put their hair in a very cute, simple hairstyle, that's enough. When the children now grow older, they can now learn how to handle and manage their hair more better. Do you understand? So it is the parents' responsibility to learn how to care for such mixed race hair, not to abandon their hair or start straightening their hair. Any parents who have biracial children that decides to start straightening their kids' hair is only making the child to hate their real texture of hair. They might actually not know, but when they grow older, those kids would actually not love the real texture of their hair. They would option for straightening their hair. Why? Because their parents did not teach them how to love their hair from a very tender age. So it's the parents' responsibility to teach their children how to care for their hair and teach them to love and embrace whatever texture of hair they have. So basically, all the aggressive and judgmental comments would not help the parents. It would not help the parents. What you need to do is say positive things when you come across such video, or even share a very thoughtful and helpful tip that they can implement in caring for their child's hair. And when they teach their children how to care for their hair, they're basically telling their children that your hair is enough, your hair is valid the way it is. Let's learn how to care for it. Other than trying to straighten the hair. When you're straightening your child's hair every single time, you're basically conforming them to another standard. So basically, your kids need your guidance now that they are young. I mean, it's not bad to straighten your children's hair. It's not bad to straighten your hair. Straightening of hair is not automatically bad, but once you start straightening your hair every single time to avoid criticism or to avoid people from talking, That is not care. That is conformity. You're not trying to conform yourself to someone else's standard. I know that natural hair still makes a lot of people uncomfortable, and that's why so many people were in the comment section telling the parents to actually straighten their hair. And those people that were actually saying straighten the girl's hair is more better, don't leave her kinky hair like that. It's not like they're actually concerned about the young girl. Some of them are just prejudiced, wearing a nicer outfit. So there's nothing wrong with the video. There is nothing wrong with the video. A child learning to handle her hair by herself, learn how to care for her hair by herself is not neglect. That is what it's supposed to be. That's how it should be. So it's the parents' responsibility to teach their children how to care for their hair. And another thing people need to bear in mind is that diversity is normal and it should be accepted and should be embraced, right? Because this world we're living in is so diverse. There's so much diversity. So when we see mixed children with certain hair texture, we should know that they are biracial children. Instead of saying all sort of mean things towards them or to their parents, that would not be so nice. That would not help them in any way. So be more kind with your words. Say positive things. If you don't have any positive things to say to such people, just pass. Or better still, admire their hair. Instead of throwing jabs at them or insult or being aggressive and judgmental. So yeah, be nice. Be nice, be kind, okay? So yeah, if you got this far and you haven't given this video a very big thumbs up, please can give the video a very big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you can be notified anytime I get to publish a new video. On this note, see you in my next video.